there something new? This might be about the H3 snark. But yeah, let's get into it, boys. Let's lock in.
To a series so shiny, even Tectone's head subscribed.
Okay. Well, okay. So it's like that, huh? Okay. All right. I'll remember that. I'll remember that. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna let that slide.
In today's video, Hassan is now calling Ethan a straight-up Nazi. Ethan has responded. Ethan has officially asked the judge to subpoena Reddit and Discord for the identities of the H3 snark
Covered that already.
Attorney Legal Mindset says that they are completely cooked.
Yep.
And it might even get worse for Caseytron Denims and Froggen. Tectone Donut Operator and friends are calling out streamer NMP. Ultimate Gooning Lord.
I would try to say, I don't really think I called out NMP. If people watch the clip, I think I have NMP. I try to clarify who NMP is. I still think the joke was gay as fuck, but I don't think NMP is inherently a bad person. A lot of people were very upset at me clarifying who NMP was, saying that I was dogging on him, but I don't think anybody realizes how much I had his back in that clip. Am I crazy, guys? We'll watch it again, but like, just saying, yeah, he's on a crash out arc. I mean, if you think that shit talk, man, I could have called him something a lot worse, but I didn't. But anyways, yeah, I mean, to be honest, everybody is just begging that I'm talking shit because, man, it really does get the buzz going on the streamer platform. However, that one was definitely a reach.
And Clancy has appointed his favorite streamer, Extra Emily, as the new Twitch CEO, as a very pathetic joke. Subscribe for the great...
Yeah, I'll be real, man. I just would not be doing anything with Dan Clancy right now. Straight up. It would just not be worth it.
Greatest entertainment in all of human history.
I think it's such a massive PR bomb.
Now, I got a message on Instagram about Hassan crashing out on Ethan, calling him a Nazi. Just some quick context, a YouTuber named ContraPoints made a nuanced take about Israel-Palestine. Ethan supported it, and because of this, Hassan and friends absolutely lost their minds.
But yeah, of course, podcaster Ethan Klein voices support for ContraPoints on his Instagram story. It is important to remind people that there is space to be anti-genocide, but also against annihilating Israel. Thank you, ContraPoints. It's important to remind people that there is space to be anti-genocide, pro-Palestine, but also against annihilating Israel. It is my belief that any lasting peace must have two elements, Palestinian self-determination and secure borders for Israel. Without both, peace fails. Many leftists would rather focus on purity tests and social credits than having a meaningful and realistic conversation about creating a lasting peace. The reaction to your post will prove my point, unfortunately. This is the other side of the story. Annihilating Israel. Dog, you're a fucking Nazi. You cannot comprehend because you...
I want to remind everybody that Hassan calls Ethan a Nazi when Ethan is a Jew. Are we seeing the issue with that yet? We'll continue on here.
Have been swept away with this propaganda. That's it. In a way, Ethan Klein and anyone else that has this kind of opinion is unironically in the same boat as the average baker in Nazi Germany that was like, I don't know what's going on in there. They put a lot of Jews in there. I don't know what's happening. It smells weird. There's ash everywhere. But I'm just going to keep baking. I don't really like what they're doing to the Jews, but I'm just, you know, at the same time, I am really worried. I am really worried about what the Jews could potentially do to me if they were to live side by side with me.
I wonder how Hassan feels in the morning knowing that he's wrong and he has to just lie and defame and slander because he's so fucking retarded and he's so fucked because his entire community is built off of him pandering to extremists that, to be honest, he probably doesn't believe in, but because he's so uncompelling and so uncharismatic and so boring of a human being that he has to put on this edgy persona where he says all these horrible, completely provable false things just to hope to God that people don't turn against him. I mean, this guy truly is one of the most pathetic existences I think I've ever seen. Anyways.
Right, so Hassan just compared Ethan to a baker in Nazi Germany. Brother, what is this level of delusion? I mean, this is ironic coming from you, the guy with the most anti-Semitic statements ever.
Regardless of your background, any kind of fucking Zionist tendency should be treated in the same way as being a fucking rabid neo-Nazi. And you shouldn't even let someone be the fucking local dog catcher if they've ever exhibited any sort of positive feelings about the state of Israel. I'm so serious about this.
If there was like a Nazi scale, Hassan would fall closer to the Nazi line than Ethan by far. I mean, obviously. So I just find it ironic that this guy goes around calling everybody a Nazi. I mean, that's just kind of like the default response when you have basically no argument at all. And I love how his logic basically boils down to, you just can't understand it, you know? You need my expertise to explain it to you. You know, you, the average person, person, you are just too stupid. You need to watch my stream. That's the only way you're not gonna fall for the propaganda, so to speak. When in reality, obviously, if you're watching
His entire
the
stream
you're
is
gonna get
propaganda.
propagandized. Actual rank #1 projector, this guy, the most massive hypocrite to ever exist. Here's what people are saying. How did bro read that and go, Ethan is a Nazi? Also, why is he putting words in Ethan's mouth? He didn't say any of the bullshit he's implying. Hassan has been
Yeah, because Hasan has never fought with truths. He just makes up bullshit and hopes that nobody looks into it. He's always been this way. I'm glad some people, I don't know what Reddit this is, I'm glad some people are starting to wisen up.
putting words in Ethan's mouth from the second Ethan called him out. Hassan's very first response to Ethan mischaracterized what Ethan said. The way my blood boils when these people call Jews Nazis is definitely what they want me to feel, but I don't think they understand how much damage they're doing to their cause. Ethan, I agree with ContraPoints. I think Israel and Palestine should exist and feel safe and independent.
I'm looking forward to Hasan's annual trip to Japan. Japan is a beacon of liberal capitalism and an awesome example of an awesome place to travel to and eat food and buy nice clothes. It's an ultra consumer's paradise. This message got me banned from Awake Wilders chat. I'm gonna hope that you're kidding. I'm gonna hope that you're kidding, but I understand that Hasan's homies do really run and play defense for him nonstop, so I wouldn't be surprised. However, I would love proof of that before I actually believe it.
With their own secure borders.
He
Hassan,
means
look at these
woke
freaking
Wilders
Israel
chat.
propag-
Yeah, I do always wonder why Wake always heavily defends Hasan. He was very upset when Canute called him a terrorist supporter. I don't know why that happened, but regardless of everything that happens, I still very much appreciate how kind Wake has been to me in the past. But I'm just going to chalk this up to maybe he's just a little bit silly. Who knows? Anyways.
And is Nazi. He just takes like the most sane take and makes it look completely insane. He's got nothing left to slander Ethan, so it's a typical super left you're a Nazi attempt. So anyways, after this, Ethan responded.
It's important to remind people that there's space to be anti-genocide, pro-Palestine, and also against annihilating Israel. Wow, that's crazy. What a crazy. Literally nothing objectionable about that. Let's see how he spends this one, guys.
You're a fucking Nazi, okay? When you
Now, when you call a Jewish person, an Ashkenazi Jewish person, a Nazi, or any Jewish person a Nazi like that, just as a blatant insult. I mean, that's anti-Semitic. There's just no, that's straight up Holocaust inversion. It's blatant, fucking hateful.
Yeah, it also just makes no fucking
it's just
sense.
Brazen, and it is what it is. You said the point of the Houthis blockade is to make it so it's so uncomfortable for Israelis that they leave. You want Israelis to leave. That's what I'm talking about, and you're lying.
Wait. You're telling me Hassan was lying?
No.
It's not possible.
No, he would never do that, guys. There's no way.
Dude, this is like a new level of
No.
crazy gaslighting. When you call a Jewish person a Nazi while you yourself
It's like
are
calling a white
anti-Semitic.
person
I
the
mean, can you
N-word.
imagine the level of mental gymnastics you actually
It's
have
just
to
legit
do
like,
in your
what the
head
fuck are
to
you
come to
talking
that
about?
conclusion? I mean, this is just shocking information, guys. Mr. I support the Houthis 10 toes down actually doesn't like the Jews. The guy who plays defense for Hamas, who literally wants to eradicate all the Jews, apparently he doesn't like Jews, guys. Wow. I feel like Ethan in the ContraPoint statement was the most non-controversial thing ever. They basically said, like, we need to acknowledge human suffering in general. We need to not be so extreme in our views, you know, have some level of nuance. And they basically said the moral grandstanding people are doing at the moment is not helping anyone.
Why the fuck are we listening to a warlock?
It's kind of having a counterproductive effect when anyone disagrees with you for anything and you just say, well, there's a genocide going on. But even this little bit of pushback was too extreme for them. And then Hassan had to go brand them as Nazis.
that is unacceptable. Why? Because you're a Zionist. And you have
How could Hasan be calling Ethan a Nazi right now when there's literally a genocide going on right now?
the exact same hysterical fear that is rooted
Truly disgusting
within
behavior.
Islamophobia and ethno-religious supremacist attitudes.
Israelis are not hallucinating when Houthis flag says death to Israel, death to Jews, you know, and Hamas's charter literally, you know, what are we doing here? How are we going to actually have a meaningful conversation that starts with Jews are hallucinating anti-Semitism?
because
And that's
he's
one of
not trying to have a
ContraPoint's
meaningful
points,
conversation.
Is that, like, I believe anti-Semitism is a real thing and it's a problem. That's part of the issue that they took with her statement, you know, that now has painted her as a Nazi.
Anyone I disagree with is a Nazi. I don't care. I'm not gonna have any
Yep.
reasonable arguments with you. Why would I do that when I can just brand you as a Nazi and my insane cult-like audience will automatically just discredit everything you say? Why bother?
It really is crazy how everybody just labels someone as an extreme criminal, and these retards on the internet actually believe it. Like, this is like, we're in the age of the internet where people are like, yeah, I fucked your mom. Oh my God, he actually did it. Oh my God, Mom, how could you do that? Everybody is so gullible. Everybody is so stupid. Like, they see these blatant exaggerations and they actually believe them. No, you did not. I know. Stop.
ever arguing on points when I can just slander you straight up. And my audience is so lobotomized, they legitimately think that I, you know, the guy calling a Jewish guy a Nazi, is actually in the correct side. I mean, Hassan shamelessly supports so many terrorist groups who want the eradication of all Jews, and he has the audacity
Please
to
call
talk
her?
like
I
this,
don't
bro.
know, man. I'm a
I mean,
busy
aren't
guy.
you doing the exact same thing? When has
She
he
was
ever
mid, by the
apologized for
way.
anything, taken accountability for anything? He always doubles down, no matter what it is, no matter how wrong he is. And basically, the people in his audience see this and think that, okay, I guess he's just never wrong.
But
since he
he's
keeps
so
going and going and going.
handsome.
And we can't expect them to think for themselves. The only people they watch is Hassan. So it's like these people are just trapped in this never-ending loop of stupidity. And heaven forbid you come across a Pegasus video and are finally enlightened for the first time in your goddamn life.
Yep.
If any of you were former Hassan fans, drop me a thank you in the comments, alright? I freed you from this absolute cult like a menace. Now, if you missed last video, basically we talked about how Hassan was comparing himself to Superman because, you know, he also believes he's such a good person, trying to help everybody and trying to inspire others to do good. Well, Ethan responded,
To influence others to also do right and to defend vulnerable people.
So he liked the Superman movie because Superman reminded him of
Sometimes
himself.
it's okay to do good.
Have you ever
is that
watched
what
Superman and thought,
Superman.
that reminds me of me?
Man,
you know
I'm
who that reminds me of? Me. You know, Superman, the impossibly, like, powerful and...
You know what's crazy? I watched Superman. I didn't think that Superman was like me. I thought Lex Luthor was like me. Because there's this part where his ex-girlfriend was going to write a hate article on him. And so he just threw her ass in the nether realm. Save himself the headache. Some ex was going to write some fake-ass article about him, so he just locked her up in the nether realm, bro. I thought that shit was hilarious. And bald.
a valorous, chivalrous, like perfect moral compass, basically a perfect human being. You know who that reminds me of? Me.
Got it.
He has dedicated his life to protecting those vulnerable under him, and no matter what the cost
And because he's a
I
generational
don't know
hater.
what you're saying here. I think Hassan is the perfect human being. Of course, you know, just Superman himself, the omega freaking narcissist here who thinks he's a literal superhero.
It actually is
Hassan really
insane.
goes about every day thinking he's the guy. He's the guy protecting the vulnerable, inspiring, you know.
Doesn't it make you wanna
oppressed
puke?
communities. I mean, he actually thinks that he's the good guy here, that he cares for people.
I know.
I mean, give me a break. Bro cares more about his view count than any victims of any tragedy. I'm pretty sure
Oh,
if
yeah.
you gave Hassan an option to delete like 100 people from Earth randomly, and it would make his viewer count go up by 1,000, he would press that button 50 times over. This
Hassan would press a button to kill one of his own viewers to multiply his average viewer count by 5. As many viewers as he has. He doesn't care. He has no loyalty to anything other than he'll do whatever gets him the highest viewer count. Everybody knows it. Worst part is his chat. They just wait for him to clarify his stance, then they follow up. Yeah, I know, man. It's pathetic.
guy does not give a single shit. He just wants to use the tragedy to get more views, to further his career, to make more people fall in
absolutely.
line with his propaganda. But of course, he's actually
This guy doesn't care about victims, guys. He weaponizes them, and everybody knows it.
Superman, guys. I think a couple of you guys commented as well. Wait until Hassan finds out that Superman was made by Jewish people. Bro's gonna lose his mind.
Go.
Okay, moving on to this tweet. Tim and Eric thinks Hassan is a good example of masculine progressive identity. Of course, very masculine.
Is it possible now to posit a type of progressive masculine identity? Like, how do we start to approach that topic?
Well, I try to be that person. I think I guess you had Hassan on.
Yeah.
There are guys
Who is
out there.
shorter than me, by the way.
Is he really?
Just to be clear,
Yeah.
yeah.
He did something for us years ago before he was talk of the town.
I mean, I think it's crazy to call Hassan a progressive. I mean, I guess a progressive terrorist supporter. It's like so contradictory, everything he believes. Like, he supports all these terrorists. Like, they go back so many generations. You know, they're oppressing women, all that.
It's all bullshit, guys. You can't be a progressive terrorist supporter when you say, oh, I love gay people, then supports a terrorist org that kills gay people. Can we just think about this shit for 5 fucking seconds? Genuinely. Can we think about this for 5 fucking seconds?
Shit. You know, obviously they don't support gay people or whatever, and Hassan will openly support them and platform them while still claiming to be this progressive figure. I just don't understand, like, how you can be a supporter of his and not see that, like, cognitive dissonance there. How do you just justify those two extremes in your head? I just don't get it. People responded, Hassan is so good at hiding his actual views. He's doing that thing where he hides his power level, you know? He goes on these interviews, he acts somewhat sane, somewhat normal, doesn't bring up any terrorists, then goes back on his stream and starts acting unhinged again.
Yep.
Is this what Tim considers to be masculine. Where is this from? I don't even want to know, man. Average Hassan picture right here. Anyways, moving on to Ethan's ultimate revenge arc. So last time we talked about how he's basically going after everybody that has wronged him. And one of the main people that was a culprit were the H3 Snark subreddit, who essentially led to the CPS call on his kids. So here we have Ethan Klein officially asked the judge for permission to subpoena Reddit and Discord for the identities of the H3 Snark mods. And here we have the documents, subpoena documents and information, all documents and communications containing the personal identifying information of Reddit user. We got Ozempic dealer, we got H3 Snark mod team 2, Roman P, Salon.
To save you guys some money, to save you guys, I thought of money because I saw Mr. Krabs in the little timeline here. Just to save you guys some time, I made a video on this already. Ethan is going to subpoena Reddit themselves to shut down Snark subreddits, as well as getting all of the moderators' personal information. The lawyer believes that he is completely within his right to do so. It's looking very good for him. And updates will happen later. But right now, he's subpoenaing all of the moderators from like Twitch and Discord and Reddit. And it has the capability of changing the streaming landscape forever. We've already talked about this. That's the TLDR. Feel free to watch the original video if you want to see that. I also have a follow-up video with Andrew Esquire as well. But just to skip some shit that we already know. Let's keep going.
His own lawyer or any of these orbiters. Half of them don't even have lawyers. Obviously, I doubt these random unemployed Reddit mods are going to have a good lawyer to represent them. And
no, they're going to have nothing because poor people are fucked by the law. And also people who are wrong are even more fucked when they don't have a lawyer by the law.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but you know, the Hassan orbiters in general, they have been very quiet recently. Not a single peep out of Frogan. I mean,
Frogan has not talked at all besides, well, I guess the slopping noise in her mouth whenever she takes another bite of her pizzas.
I imagine she's stuffing herself this entire time. Can't really talk with shit in your mouth. But, you know, Denims, she only got like an occasional tweet here and there. Casey,
she's scared.
You know, yapping. She's a bit mental.
Yeah, the lawyers have recommended for them to shut the fuck up because they know they're fucked.
You know, she's got to say the I word.
They are scared as shit.
Spontaneously combusts, right? But I'm really enjoying this, you know? Suddenly when there's like legal threats, everybody gets really quiet. It's like, it's like when you're doing all the bad shit, you're very smug. Oh, I'm never going to get sued. We got that infamous Denims clip. Ethan is too much of a pussy and shit like that. But suddenly now everybody's quiet. And it was moving on to the loser streamer, NMP. Basically, if you remember, he was like making fun of dead kids from Texas as a very funny joke, obviously. You know, he doubled down on his Discord as well. Just deplorable shit.
25 people have died in Austin because of the rain today. Is it children away? They don't have much to live for anyways. It's okay.
I mean, they have their whole lives ahead of them.
Yeah. What their whole lives, Bree? That's gonna Bree. When they're older, every job's gonna be AI. Everything they learn is on ChatGPT. There is no future.
Along with his buddy Destiny, who said some other heinous shit as well. I heard God necked those kids because they were using NordVPN promo code Destiny to get around the Texas ban. Anyways, you guys sent me this tweet.
I will say, NMP was just doing his normal shtick of saying like some cringy joke to farm outrage. And I don't think NMP is a bad person for telling that joke. Do I think it's a shitty joke? Yeah, sure. Destiny was absolutely being a piece of shit. Like, let's be real. Like, yeah, bro definitely lost aura. 1,000,000%. Like, bro was being so fucking gay about it. It was insane. Anyways.
By Destiny that I missed as well. Has anyone demanded pregnancy testing yet for the bodies of all of the girls or women who died in Texas yet due to the floods? We need to demand accountability from our leaders and make sure the final death toll is accurate. I don't want to miss any 4 to 6 week old fetus. They are the same as delivered breathing babies according to Republicans in our final death count. I mean, this is just crazy. It really seems like this is what happens when you spend like a decade arguing politics online and you're so completely jaded and numb and politically brain rotted essentially to the point where I assume somebody has said something vicious to him or something like that, and he's dealt with a bunch of people though who are unreasonable, which is why he responds in this manner and he thinks it's justified because it's like a tit for tat. But you know, as the neutral observer here, you just look completely insane. And this is an insane tweet. I'm just saying, okay? You might be trying to score like political points here. People are responding, "Oh, you're so edgy. What a novel, brave take. No wonder your wife preferred the other guy." Okay, so this is referring to his like wife leaving him for another guy or something. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but obviously people are gonna have personal jabs when you are making such, you know, hideous type of jokes.
Doesn't really matter if Destiny's wife left him. It's the fact that while he was with the wife, he was letting other dudes hit, right? He was a legal, a consenting cock, right? That's what the comment's about. Yeah, it's a little rough. it's a little rough.
So anyways, they were beefing with Tectone, Donut Operator, and friends while they were actually, you know, helping the relief efforts and stuff. So they called out NMP and Destiny on the podcast again.
It started off with NMP, and he said something about the kids deserve to die because the AI is going to make their lives horrible anyways.
A joke about, oh, they're better off. And then somebody was like, well, that's a little fucked up. And then he doubled down and was like, no, their lives are going to all, like, they're going to be learning everything through AI and this. I'm like, that doesn't sound like a joke.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're just explaining and doubling down on why dead kids are a good thing, you fucking psychopath.
The dark humor people are mad at dark humor now. It's like, no, you have to have a punchline with the joke, you fucking idiot. That's how
There has
jokes
to be
work.
humor to it. And then he apologized on like publicly on social media, and then like on his private Discord server was like, that I ain't apologizing for anything. Like,
Yeah,
just the most like crocodile tears bullshit.
He's been on his crash out arc for the past 3 months, unfortunately. He's gone through like a court case and divorce. Not trying to excuse any of that, but yeah, he's been pretty out of control lately.
Yeah, even the playback. If you watch that live stream where he's like, it was a joke. There was no joke tone. There was no laughter. You were stating what you thought were facts and just being a general piece of shit.
Brandon and I were walking around in the mud looking for bodies for like 8 hours that day, 9 hours. And we're on the way back, and I see him say that and just kind of flew off the handle a little bit.
Yeah, so again, I pointed this out.
So you have to understand that NMP, even as a guy who worked with NMP for like 3 years, even offline, I had no idea that he was joking or whether he was serious at any time. I had no idea. That's the issue when you make deadpan jokes, and you kind of have to accept accountability if people do tweak out on you, because there is no inclination. And so you guys saying, you can tell NMP wasn't being serious, bro. It's just an L joke. No, but for real, you guys don't understand. When you tell a deadpan joke, you have to accept the responsibility that people aren't going to get it. Legit. There is so many people who are, because guys, jokes are like, oh yeah, well, the fucking future's fucking ruined because AI anyways, versus the kids deserve to die. AI is horrible anyways. They have no future. Like, the only way that you know it's a joke is if you already know the guy, right? So like, you can't call people dumb for not getting the joke because it's told deadpan, which is like knowers know and unknowers won't know. Yeah, the tone matters. You can say not really, right? You can say whatever you want, but like, I don't really know how autistic you have to be to not understand the fact that when you tell a deadpan joke, there are going to be a lot of people that don't get it. Because even when you tell a regular joke, there are going to be people who don't get it. So now adding into the layer of there is no punchline, there is no change in deliverance, there is no change in tempo, there is no change in tone, right? It's very hard to know. Anyways, welcome to comedy, I guess. Sometimes jokes don't land. Once again, I don't know how many times I have to say it. I really don't think NMP is a bad guy. In fact, I think NMP is majorly a good guy. But the backlash for the joke is obviously justifiable when you tell it that way where no one fucking knows that you're kidding. And also, it was just a shit joke at the wrong time, right? But once again, I don't know why we're even still talking about this joke like a week and a half afterwards.
Immediately when it happened, there was like no tone of a joke there. He just kind of had a complete doomer meltdown. And considering, you know, his wife left him and is taking like 50%, he's not in the best mental space. He kind of just hates the world and everything about it, it seems. So he just had a dumb take. Obviously, I don't believe that he actually wants kids dead or something. I'm not stupid enough to, you know, go down that rabbit hole. I'm pretty sure he just, you know, he was a bit frustrated and he said something stupid. I feel like the right move is to just apologize and move on. But of course, these streamers have the biggest ego in the entire world, can never take accountability at all. So, you know, he delivered that fake apology while, you know, doubling down in his private Discord or whatever. And then if you remember, he also went on Reddit and started replying to randoms being like, I get so many views on YouTube, so your opinion doesn't matter or whatever. And it ended up being a bunch of YouTube shorts, and it wasn't even him. It was like a bunch of random girls that people were clicking on. So he just got like a gooner audience essentially.
How is NMP joking and Destiny's not? Okay. Well, okay, let's explain that. Well, NMP was attempting to do his normal shtick, which is just say the worst shit humanly possible. You know, I mean, obviously he's made some, you know, his whole gimmick is the Paw-Go. And the Paw-Go is obviously from him trying to be as cringe as fucking possible. Nick really isn't that weird off stream. He's not. He intentionally tries to be weird as fuck. Destiny's just being a fucking asshole. Right? I mean, I'll be real. Like, demanding to see the fetuses of 6-year-old girls to see if they were pregnant or not. Right? Like, what's the joke? You know what I mean? Like, legit, what's the joke? Like, Destiny is just rage baiting incredibly hard. It's very obvious, right? He's intentionally being a massive fucking dickhead, right? And he knows that.
Again, I just gotta clarify my stance here. Obviously, dark humor and stuff is fine, but the things he was doing was kind of similar to that Neil deGrasse Tyson tweet, where after like a shooting happened, he would be like, well, did you know actually more people die from car accidents or some bullshit like that? Like, there's a time and a place, and it's obviously just a dumb thing to say, and obviously you're gonna get criticism for it. And I don't know, I just find it hilarious that they're beefing with the people who are actively like helping the victims. That's crazy. Obviously somebody's on the morally correct side here. So anyways, after this, Destiny responded to Tectone and the rest of the boys.
Oh, fucking ew. Oh, he's actually in on the fucking gateway shit. I didn't know he was this close to these people. Oh, that makes so much more sense. Oh, God.
All right, I mean, brilliant commentary once again. Can you guys remind me to only watch a Destiny clip if he's shitting on his son? Because then he's actually a little bit funny. The rest of the times, I don't know. Bro misses way too much. Anyways, now I wanted to move on to...
It is kind of insane. Also be real, I have no idea what it is that he said. Yeah, I have no idea what he said. Yeah, I would like to also go on record saying the Unsubscribe crew are some of the best people that I've met in the content creation space. They're wonderful. Genuinely. They're amazing. Another projector calling people gay, then that one video of him exists. Yeah, I would be careful calling people gay when there's a literal video of Destiny sucking another man's dick. Right? Let's calm down.
Professional gooning lord, Dan Clancy. We got this tweet. Extra Emily meets the Twitch leadership team after being appointed CEO. So I assume this is some sort of a joke.
All right, well, hold on, I have an announcement to make. So, first of all, hello. Hold on, I want to tell you, this is our leadership team. I have an announcement to make to y'all. Oh, God. Okay? I brought Emily here.
Thank you.
Okay, because I wanted to announce something.
You know what's so scary about this clip? Why the fuck is there so many late 50s, early 70s people in this one room coordinating what's going to have on a platform between the ages of 18 and 34? There's no one in this boardroom that gets what the actual target demographic wants from this platform. This just screams we're a bunch of suits that are going to do whatever it takes to capitalize on this captive audience and make as much money as possible, and we will ride this sinking ship into the ground as long as we get a couple more bucks out of it. Relax, Techie? Do I not seem relaxed? I don't think I could be more relaxed if I tried. Relax, Techie, that's your boss? Yeah, the boss that's already banned me fucking 4 times in 3 months. If you think I'm going to filter myself because I'm worried about getting banned off a platform, I'll be real. I don't need this platform at fucking all. I do it because I'm loyal to my community, but I don't think anybody in my community wants me to stream on a platform where they're going to actively ban me for telling the truth. True, I agree.
I brought Emily here.
Thank you.
Okay, because I wanted to announce something. I've decided that I need to leave Twitch, and Emily is now the CEO. Okay? So now Emily, as the CEO, as the new CEO, you need to tell your leadership team what you think they need to do in the next year.
What?
Okay?
Ooh, okay, let's see. Well,
actually, wait. You should meet your leadership team first.
Yes, I would love to.
As the new CEO, you should know who your leadership team is.
Of course,
So why don't you flip it around, and we can go around, and each one will introduce themselves and what they do here, so you meet your leadership team.
Sounds great.
Okay?
Oh my God. I mean, what do I say here? I guess.
Why did that clip piss me the fuck off? I actually got angry just watching that because I mean, it's so obvious they have no idea what the fuck they're doing, and they're making a joke out of it rather than doing their fucking jobs. And it truly is insane how my first thought is, wow, maybe something meaningful will actually fucking happen. Like, this shit is so lame. Like, just truly a room full of retards who have no idea what they're doing, where they can't even apply the very base level of the very own TOS they created. It is so incredibly cringe. Jesus Christ.
Twitch staff looks exactly like expected. We had that previous leaked picture of the Twitch moderation team, and everybody was sort of like laughing at that, like, yeah, kind of looks exactly what you expected.
Blue-haired lesbians.
Can you answer me this question? Don't you think it's a little bit freaking creepy that your favorite streamer happens to be Extra Emily here? I don't know. It's just a bit weird. Conveniently, he also has Hassan as his favorite streamer. I guess both of them help his ultimate gooning tendencies. But yeah, I would recommend keeping an arm's length from this fucking dinosaur. By the way, can you actually ban the terrorist supporter on your goddamn platform? platform. I'm sorry I gotta keep bringing this up. This guy's, you know, he tries to act all chill. He's like, I'm a cool guy. I'm a hip young kid just like you guys. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, he's glazing terror supporters. Bro's busy getting freaky with extra Emily when he should be enforcing the goddamn Twitch TOS, man. It's actually pathetic. For God's sake. Anyways, now you know why Twitch is colossally failing. They got this absolute reject at the helm. Here's what the replies are saying. Donut operator says, and they look exactly how I thought they would. Extra Emily told them to crack down on the anti-Semitism support and calls for violence. She's never gonna do that. I'm pretty sure she's buddy-buddy with Hassan as well. POV, you're the CEO of anti-Semitism. Dude, just look at this group of absolute rejects. None of these people actually do their jobs. Getting paid for nothing here. They don't look like gamers. They all look like Karens. It's 50% Karens and 50% soy cocks. That all makes sense now. Maybe now she can pay her parents back. Oh yeah, this is the girl who literally refused to pay her parents back after they asked her.
Emily is one of my favorite streamers. I just hate how she keeps associating with cucks. Well, if there's one thing that you should know about Extra Emily is that she's incredibly bad at like turning down collabs. And like she's very afraid when somebody like wants to like associate with her or want to do content together. She has a very hard time saying no, which is, in my opinion, what leads her to associating with so many retarded motherfucking people. And I actually feel bad for her. I think Extra Emily is a great person, but I think she needs to say, you know, I think she needs to be more comfortable setting boundaries with who she does or does not do content with. And a lot of streamers take advantage of that and they fucking hound the fuck out of her. People just need to chill on berating Emily to do collabs with her and just leave them the fuck alone. Anyways.
Back for the college tuition, despite the fact she's a multimillionaire. Absolutely crazy. And the entire internet had to go after her to make her feel guilty about it.
How much is it?
She feels fake to watch. I mean, sure, is part of Extra Emily's personality played up for the camera? Obviously, everybody's is. But all in all, Emily really is just a sweetheart, guys. Right? She is. I mean, she's dumb, but she actually is a pretty sweet, nice, kind person. Being honest. That's my experience with her for almost 2.5 years. Yeah, okay, I'll be real. The meanest thing Extra Emily has ever done to me off stream, because I don't judge people majorly by on stream. Off stream is where it counts the most. Is me, Bonnie, and Lakari were talking during the Dune movie, and she said, "Guys, we're trying to watch a movie. Can you shut up?" And I said, "My bad." Because we were being obnoxious. We were being obnoxious. That's the meanest thing is she told me to shut up. That's the meanest thing. Other than that, she's a sweetheart, guys. She really is. Anyways.
170K.
You should pay it back.
I don't want to.
Seeing these people just answer all my questions on Twitch is shit.
We spammed her during the stream to Twitch to bring up the unfair banning. Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to do that. Anyways.
Usual suspects. They didn't show Dan's office and his Hassan pin-up poster. Well, they didn't show his Hassan rag either, alright? I have exclusive access to that one. Now click this video or Dan invites you to an extra special gooning sesh. Alright.
Like, she doesn't have that dick rating tier list. That's just a little bit weird. Anyways, great video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Yeah. Cool.